I do want to change gears. You know, obviously we talked about this high-powered offense that's just been laying it on teams. But what about this defense?
Oh, my
guys?
goodness.
Like, Anthony Hill. We talked about the EA ratings earlier this year, right? And we talked about how Anthony Hill was in the 80s. That man needs to be like 95 plus because he starts out this game with like a sack and an interception within the first couple minutes, and he's just flying around everywhere.
And that pick, I mean, the mitts were soft, and then I was like, hey, put him in the running back room if it keeps getting thin. That was a beautiful return.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be misremembering. It should have been a pick six too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like
it was kind of a ticky-tack clip call on Trey Moore. He just kind of pushed him off.
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
We're seeing all these plays, but I don't think the D tackles are receiving enough love because if not for them, these other guys would not be making these plays.
Well, they're good rotational pieces. Well, we talk
because
about
they're
like,
holding their own at the line of
You
scrimmage.
lose Sweat, you lose Murphy, but now it seems like they have more depth right now at that position. They're sparing them the right reps and kind of just working that rotation perfectly at this point. Now, again, we haven't seen a high level of competition yet to this point, but they're doing exactly what you need to be doing in the sense that I'm happy that we haven't had a game where we're like, oh, that was a lot closer than it should have been. We haven't seen that, and that has not been the character of a Sark team these last 3 years prior. They've struggled to put teams away in games that they should be winning by 1 million. That's not the case here.
Yeah, but, you know, and so I think a lot of the knee-jerk reaction on games like that, I'll see fans questioning players' hearts and the staff and this and that, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't question the hearts. Just this is still year 2 of a rebuild or 3. Now you can be a little critical. I still wouldn't recommend questioning any student athlete's heart.
No.
But you can be critical. The point I'm making is now this is year 4. Now he has the depth that he wanted. He was always building an SEC-ready team even before he didn't take this job knowing that UT was going to be in the SEC. That came later. But oh, by the way, he had a head start because that's what he believes in. Big guys up front, big humans in his words, and then tons of speed on the perimeter. That's how you win in the SEC. And to his point, he even talked about it today. He wanted UT, no matter what conference they were in, to win a natty. To do that, you're going to have to go through an SEC team most likely, and you have to be built like one.
Well, let's talk about the SEC team that they have to go through this weekend. Just real quick, Mississippi State, like you mentioned, it has not been good. It has been pretty ugly on. They lost to, who did they lose? Toledo? Toledo. The only thing I know about Toledo is Kareem Hunt from a few years back, but that's about it.
Did not just lose to them.
Yeah.
They were hammered at home.
Yeah.
Toledo's good for
And they just lost their quarterback. Blake Shapen, I think, is done.
From Baylor,
From
right?
Baylor, yeah.
R.I.P. Mike Leach, but Mike Leach is no longer there. And if he was, that would still be a problem for this Mississippi or the Longhorns against Mississippi State. This Mississippi State team, they are the bottom rung. They're basically Vanderbilt-esque.
Hey, and Vandy just hung with Mizzou.
Pretty good.
Right.
Vandy's pretty good.
Diego Pavia, NMSU great. Diego Pavia out there making plays
New
for them.
Mexico State. Aggie over here.
From one great Aggie to another, you know.
Shout out to Las Cruces.
The real Aggies, you know. Just Anyway, but no, like this Mississippi State team, I think the line's, 30-some already? Yeah. They should pose no imposition to them. So, again, this is another game where I'm looking at they put up 50 in, 3 games already this year now?
Yeah.
So why should they not again? That's what I'm looking at this team.
And they could have done it against Michigan, too. By the way, Michigan with a nice
another
victory.
win for UT this weekend. Michigan gained that win against USC.
And they changed quarterbacks. And I forgot how you pronounce his name.
You know how.
Orgy.
Now listen, if Peyton set football back 3 generations, Alex Orgy's doing that like at least 5 because that was a rough performance.
That was.
What did he throw for? About 40 yards? 30 yards?
Maybe. Like Iowa was thinking about sending him a transfer portal offer on that one. But that was an ugly game. But Michigan showing that they're still an okay-ish team, even if they're not a great team anymore.
The thing about Mississippi State, there's some. If everybody loves these connections to UT stories. Jason Washington, he's on that staff. Very close to Leach. It was tough on all that staff. Anything we know about Jason Washington, they're going to be well coached in whatever position, mainly DBs. I just think they're just going through some tough times in Starkville. I would venture to say at some point this season they'll get it together, but who's to say it won't come together here? It is the SEC opener.
Yeah.
For Texas. And that's going to be electric, but they just got hammered by I'm sorry, that is a bad Florida team.
Yeah, it is.
They saved Billy Napier's job, right?
Yeah, they really
Get a
did.
ULM.
No, we were talking about Napier being done like early in the year, and they were teetering until they met Mississippi State, and then they looked like world beaters. So, yeah, this is not a good Mississippi State squad. This is going to be it sounds wrong to go into to an SEC game and say this is almost a name your score type of game for Texas, but it feels like it. The talent discrepancy is so different, and now without Blake Shapen, they're going to be even more of a mess. Oh, UTD is going to tee off.
They need to win by like 3 touchdowns.
For the day ones, the diehards, the first timers, the old timers, for all the rivalry matches, buzzer beaters, and come from behind miracles. It's not just stats and wins and losses, it's the moments, the shots you can't believe went in, the times you can't do anything but believe. And it's all streaming right here on your connected TV anytime on Fox Local.
The Sports Office, streaming anytime on Fox Local.